Welcome to a new edition of the Runner Sports Network live stream. We got baseball today for CSUB against Cal Berkeley. And as you can see, well, I can't see, producer could probably see, a nice little background to this. To get things started, we have panels to our right and to our left explaining how the teams are doing. Then I got Cal to my left, got CSUB to my right, as we are underway in the bottom of the first. And it's going to be, oh, it's warming up. Can't see because of the light. Anyways, it's going to be Ethan Myers warming up for CSUB. That top of the first inning went pretty quickly with Jacob May. Jacob May grounding out. Evan Cloyd got a single, but then there was a double play. So that top of the inning went by pretty quickly as we're going to move to the bottom of the first. And we're actually waiting for signals. So I think it's a great time to already take our first commercial break. So we're going to take a commercial break as we wait for the bottom of the first to start. We'll be right back. We're back for the bottom of the first. At bat, it's going to be Hideki Prather for Cal, the Golden Bears. And that ball's going to be hit deep, but right to May. That's going to be the first out. Defensively for the runners in that outfield, it's going to be Jacob May in right, Nick Mascaro in center field, Elgin Bennett in left field. In the infield, it's going to be Evan Cloyd at first, Brennan Thompson at second base, Elijah Palayo at shortstop, Dusty Vela at third. Catching for the runners is going to be Konoha Morisaki. In the batting lineup for the Golden Bears is going to be Jacob French going up for Cal. There's one out in the bottom of the first. That first pitch is going to be outside for ball one. It's going to go as formed. It's going to be Hideki Prather going first, Jacob French going second, Daniel Murillo going third. So that next pitch is going to be in for a strike. Cade Campbell going fourth, Kevin John going fifth, Jet Kennedy going sixth, Joshua Hansen, then Ethan Kadama, and then Tyler Leroy to finish it off. As that next pitch is going to be swung on and missed to the left side of the plate. As things get underway in Berkeley, looks like a beautiful night over there. Cal State Bakersfield looking to continue a win streak after they got a surprising win against the Texas Tech Raiders. To some, didn't seem like an upset, but it pretty much was an upset as that next pitch is going to be outside for a ball. On the year, Jacob French is batting .214, the lefty, slugging percentage of .429. Ethan Myers for the runners with an ERA of 6.9. Ethan Myers trying to get through this first inning. And then 2-2 count. That pitch is going to be inside for a ball. So 3-2. Jacob French trying to get on base as Cal has three players who are on a hitting streak right now. It's going to be a 3-2 pitch from Myers. The pitch, it's going to be into the gap between second and shortstop. So that'll be a quick single for Jacob French on what was a really good at bat. Getting into that count. So now Cal's going to have a person on first, but it's an opportunity for a double play if you're CSUB. Up next is going to be Daniel Murillo. Ethan Myers, the freshman, has been pitching pretty well for CSUB, considering, again, he is a freshman heading into a sport that's dominated by juniors and seniors. So it's nice to see your freshmen be able to hold up. Daniel Murillo on the year, batting .362. with a slugging percentage of 617. That pitch is going to be in for a strike. Ethan Myers dealing with the situation here. There you go. Looks nice on IG. The pitch, it's going to be high. Ball one. It's a 1-1 count for Daniel Murillo, the righty. It's 17 hits on the year with 8 runs and 1 homer. But he has 5 doubles. So he's been very productive for Cal. The pitch from Myers on this 1-1 count. It's going to be outside 2-1. And for CSUB, that trip to Lubbock was pretty. That trip to Lubbock was pretty productive. Speaking in terms of in all 3 games, scoring first, if I'm not mistaken. As Ethan Myers' 2-1 pitch, it's going to be hit high towards Elgin Bennett and gone. Cal striking quick. 2-0. Golden Bears in the bottom of the first. And Daniel Murillo hitting his 2nd home run of the season. Cal, they started this game off hot. And that's basically the commentator's curse if you're for me, because I said Ethan Myers was doing good, but being productive so far. Live tab on YouTube. Next up is going to be Cade Campbell. The pitch, that's going to be swung on and missed. Strike 1. Campbell for Cal. He's been pitching. He's been doing pretty productive. But that first pitch was swung on and missed. The second, that's going to be fly to center. And they got it. Oh, had to run. Nick Mascaro had to run a lot to get that one. That was almost in no man's land. So that'll bring up Kevin John, the righty, batting 250 for Cal. Number 51. He has 5 hits on the year with 1 run. John looking to even do some more damage for a quick inning in which Cal struck. The first pitch, that's going to be skied foul. So it's going to be 0-1 for Cal as we get things underway in the bottom of the first. Now, run rule is in effect, but we certainly hope not to see it today. That also is going to be fouled into the net. Quick 0-2 on the foul. This inning for Cal, 2 runs on 2 hits. So very productive for their first 3. Kevin John, the freshman, batting 250. Sees an 0-2 count after fouling. The pitch. Outside. To be 1-2. Overall, Cal already batting 500 with going 2 for 4. CSUB batting 1 for 3. But that double play that Devin Wilkes had hurts them. That ball's going to be inside. Good battle from John. Good eye. 2-2. And speaking of Ethan Myers' ERA, went up to an 8.25. Just goes to show how they fluctuate throughout the season, especially throughout innings. That pitch is going to be grounded foul. So here's an important spot for Myers to be able to get out of, well, it wasn't really a jam, but just a bit of a little early onslaught. 2-2. The pitch struck him out swinging. That's going to be the inning. Cal scoring 2 runs on 2 hits. We'll go to a commercial break. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. And we're back for the top of the second. As Cal took an early 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first. It's gonna be Trent Roach. I have it right here. Wait, I can see on the screen. Trent Roach for Cal. Yeah, looks good, right? No? Okay, whatever. Top of the second. It's gonna be 3-0 for Trent Roach. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. We're killing it here. Top of the second. It's gonna be 3-0 to Elgin Bennett. And that ball's gonna be in for a strike. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's 3-1 as that pitch was inside. I really hope a lot of that happens more often. So like talking to myself, I mean, it could get somewhat a little bit I was trying to find the word. That's gonna be hit to center field and caught for that first out. But going back to the talking about my talking to myself, not talking about myself. This is going great, guys. I think we should have a little bit more people on, yeah? Yeah? You know how to speak? Yeah, there we go. There we go. That first out is done for the runners. At bat's going to be the shortstop, Elijah Palayo. I can envision his batting music right now from Hartfield. Yeah, you got it. Batting 289. That first pitch is going to be up, and that's going to be a ball. It's, it's been a bit of a odd one from the studio perspective because the scoreboard and everything. But positivity. Is that going to be hit? Positivity. That's going to be hit, and that's going to be a single for Palayo. So it's the runners going to have a guy on first. So it's back-to-back innings where the runners have a person on first. And the catcher ran out, but at bat's going to be Nick Mascaro. As can you lower my audio a little bit? Like lower it all the way, like all the way. And we're back. Apologies, we're getting that scoreboard situation figured out. So with the cool green screen comes an effect. That effect being, well, the scoreboard's got to be moved up a little bit. So producer's getting that situated. So it's gonna be Nick Mascaro at bat for the runners. Nothing's really changed. It's a 1-1 count here at the top of the second. Again, Cal getting off to that 2-0 lead. As the Instagram people could see. Love to see that. 2-1 for Mascaro. Mascaro, great game against Texas Tech in that Sunday finale. He had a grand slam. So good for Mascaro. It's gonna be a hit by pitch. Okay, runner's gonna have a person on first and second, and that'll bring up Brendan Thompson, the freshman, the righty, to hopefully bring in some runs for the runners. Man, I say runs a lot. Near the top of the second, person on first and second. And that's going to be grounded. Potential for a double play? No. Great play from Jack Kennedy to even get it to first, but it moves runners from first and second to second and third. It's a bit of a sacrifice, but one heck of a play to throw it to Murillo at first. Unreal. I mean, visual interpretation. He literally grabbed the ball on the floor, did a 360, and then threw it to first. So pretty good play for Cal right there. As now it's 2 outs with Kanoa Morisaki. And yes, it's going to be the ground out for Brendan Thompson's what it's ruled. Here at the top of the second, 2 outs for Morisaki. Morisaki batting 375, has 3 home runs on the year. It's going to be in for a strike, 0-1. Cal State Bakersfield It's great to see them offensively get some pressure in on these teams. We saw it in that Tech series, as it's going to be the 0-1. That pitch is going to be swung on and missed, 0-2. So quick count, and it's a quick count that Trent Roach likes to see, having an 0-2 count. Were we able to get everything good? That's awesome. The pitch from Roach, that's going to be outside, ball one, as things are starting to heat up a little bit. If you're the runners, well, at least momentum wise, trying to get some remnants of any kind of runs going. They had those runs in that last Tech game. I mean, that Tech game was incredible. Is that pitch is going to be swung on and missed? Yeah, and it's going to be thrown to first because the ball hit the floor. That'll be the inning. The runner strand two. So we're heading ahead to the bottom of the second. We'll be right back. And we're back. Wait, I'm off centered, right? As that ball's going to be hit. Foul. I'm going to shift to right a little bit. Hello, camera people. So I'm going to move the. Does it move? Yeah, it moves. But it stopped charging. So this is the setup, ladies and gentlemen. Does it look good? It looks great. I can see it now. That's awesome. That's awesome. And I have a nice little computer in front of me for stats. They're at the bottom of the second. It's going to be Jet Canady, the man who made the amazing play to get that out at first for Cal. It's going to be a 1-1 count, and that ball's going to be hit. It's going to drop. And Elgin Brandon overran it. So now it's going to go to the warning track. potential for three. He's going to stop at two, but I think that could have been limited to one. It looked like it was just one of those bad angles you take off a ball. It's really hard to predict where the ball's going to go. Like, not speaking from experience, but I did play baseball a little bit. And sometimes in that field, the ball would bounce. You'd want to read that bounce one way, and it just goes a completely other way. And it kills it. It kills your momentum. Well, your confidence, that's the word. As we are in the bottom of the second, quick, quick hit for Cal as they lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the second. Your outs. Yeah. Thank you, producer. It's going to be Ethan Myers. Well, Ethan Miniker, actually, the pitching change after one inning. It's going to be ball one. Ethan Miniker for Cal State Bakersfield with an ERA of 2.57. But that's really because he hasn't really been in that much. 7 innings pitched, gives up 11 hits and 12 runs, two being earned. So most of those off errors. As that next pitch is going to be in for a strike, 1-1. Trying to limit the damage again. Ethan Miniker out of Canada. Winnipeg, Canada, out of Barton Community College. Had a 3.9 ERA there at Barton. Looks to try to get a clean inning here. That pitch is going to be down and low for a ball. 2-1. Runners making the trip up to Cal this morning on the bus, leaving Hartfield. Social media did a nice little show for them. Nice little picture, photo shoot. That's the word, photo shoot for them. That next pitch is going to be hit high, deep, and forget about that one. It's 4-0. That was quick. I mean, unreal. Joshua Hansen just murked that ball. I mean, the left fielder read that and didn't even try to acknowledge it. That ball was just hit out of there. Last year, I mean, the game was close going to extra innings. The game ended in the 11th inning. But the way Cal's gone off to a quick start here, the runner's offense doesn't wake up. We might be heading to mercy rule in this game being over early. Next at bat, it's going to be Ethan Kodama, the sophomore lefty, batting 130, has 3 hits and 3 runs, so he's averaging a hit and a run. That's going to be bunted, thrown to first for the out. Yep, we got it. Yep, got the out. So I don't know what that was, but the runners will take it out when it's given to them. Ethan Miniker's ERA jumping up to a 4.91, giving up that home run. He's giving up three on the year. And look at that. Cal batting 500. So for every two batters going up for Cal, one's at least getting a hit. Tyler Leroy for the Golden Bears is up. The righty on base percentage of .125. He's only had one walk. So that's what that is. That on base percentage comes in. But he has no hits on the year. But opportunity for one now here at the bottom of the second. CSUB rocking their blue jerseys. Cal with their whites. Looks like a pinstripe design. The letter C on the left side. So that next pitch is going to be outside, 2-1. The story of this game so far has been Cal's ability to put together plays. By that, I mean getting a combination of hits and home runs. It starts off with the hit, and then they get a home run, gives them the first two in that first, and then happened again here in the bottom of the second after that one out. After that first, before the first out, apologies, they had a hit, productive double, and then a home run. The pitch, that's going to be skied foul. 2-2. Again, well, if you were here for that last stream, it's all about limiting the damage. Try not to lose the game so early. That's how you end up in games where they end up 20-0 before the seventh. As this next pitch, 2-2. Miniker's delivery high, 3-2. Tyler Leroy trying to get on base. Only been on base once this year. He has 5 strikeouts, though. Here's Miniker's pitch. The delivery. It's going to be skied, potentially foul. I'm going to say foul. Ooh, cameraman. It's a little little delayed to that reaction, to that foul ball. As the wind is swirling to the left, so that's the potential for balls to carry. And the ball has been carrying to left field. Elgin Baylor seeing both of those balls fly out of the ballpark. Another important pitch for Miniker. The 3-2 pitch to Leroy. That's going to be hit high, and it's going to be caught. An amazing play by Elgin Baylor. He laid out to grab it. That was again a potential for extra bases, and Elgin Baylor with an amazing play. Unreal. The way he just laid out and grabbed it. It's one heck of a play for that young man. It's going to be 2 outs for Miniker. And that ball was, again, in that no man's land between the outfielder and that shortstop. So imagine that left fielder having to run so far and jump for it. It's one heck of a play. The first pitch for Miniker, it's going to be low, ball one. And for Cal, it's going to be Hideki Prather. Hideki Prather batting 400, on base percentage of almost half, a little bit under half. Here's going to be Miniker's pitch. Swung on a miss for a strike. Prather, his first at bat of the game. He has 18 hits on the season, 45 at bats. He has 5 doubles. It's going to be swung on and missed. So it's going to be a strike two. Today, Prather already had 1 at bat, so Cal's already going through their second time of the batting order on this. Seems like a great day. The next pitch, it's going to be hit, and it's going to get past Vela. Now, this is going to be extra bases. Bennett getting to the ball barely. It's going to be potential, and now it delivered for that double. Hideki Prather now batting 500 on the game. And if the stats are correct, Cal is still batting 500. So for every batter, there's a hit, and then there's an out. That pattern. But Jacob French is going to try to break that and potentially get Cal into some positive hitting numbers. His first appearance getting that single. Miniker just trying to get out of it. The first pitch. Ooh, that's going to skip behind Morisaki. That's going to advance the runner. Prather's going to go to third. Yes. Prather goes to third off the wild pitch. Skips before Morisaki could even have a read at it. Just gets past him, and oh boy, CSUB sends some trouble. But the good thing is, with the 2 outs, they can limit the damage to 2. And they have the offense and the capability to explode offensively. As Miniker's pitch is going to come in, that was also about to skip away, but Morisaki blocked it 2-0. Miniker, the junior, trying to get out of this jam. 2-0 with 2 outs. The pitch, that's going to be in for a strike, 2-1. French with the hit already and a run. He was one of those combination of hits and home runs that Cal has had. Part of that first one in the bottom of the first. The pitch, it's going to be hit. Again, it's going to be a tough play, and he's going to be safe. Jacob French is going to be safe. That was a dribbler to first. And it felt like all 3 defensemen that were in the area, the pitcher, the first baseman, and the second baseman, all got caught up in that no man's land, leaving the pitcher to run to first. And well, they don't even know how to rule it on the scorebook, but Cal gets a person on first, and they're going to score a run. and the ump is going to review it potentially. I want to say they're going to review it for maybe it being foul. So yeah, so they're going to review it, which means we can take a commercial break. We'll be right back. And we're back. The ump rules it. We're back. Or the ump rules it. Safe. See, I did the visual thing. I don't know. I thought it was cool. I tried. I tried. As there's gonna be, oh my God, there's gonna be a pitching change. Yep, pitching change, which means we will be right back. Thanks for hanging in there. Cal up 5-0. And we're back. Pitching change is Alex Neverett coming in for the runners. It's going to be a 1-0 count as he's pitching to Daniel Murillo, the one who got the home run for the Golden Bears in the bottom of the first. The Golden Bears. That's the name. And that's going to be lined to second. So, you know what that means? That's the end of the second inning. Barely. We're an hour in. We'll be right back. And we're back for the top of the third. I feel like they went a little bit quick with that one, especially after that long inning. That's going to be foul. Looked like he was trying to bunt. It's going to be Dusty Vela's first time up. Maria lining out to second base. So damage was done for Cal, though. Getting 5 runs on that whole excursion. I'm trying to find the words here. We are at the top of the third, though. The transfer from Winthrop, Dusty Vela. The lefty runner is just trying to get something going. Charged with an error in that last inning, so got to clean things up defensively, but hopefully offensively they can get some runs. So that pitch is going to be outside 1-1. Ruled it a strike. Now, of course, the angle that I'm at, you guys can't see, home plate's a little bit covered up. It's kind of got to lean a little bit to the left, but camera's there, so you guys can see me. That pitch is going to be swung on and missed. Quick strikeout for Trent Roach. Roach with 2.35 ERA this season, 7 innings pitched, allowing 6 hits and 3 runs and 2 errors. He's been off to a really good start here. We are in the top of the third, 1 out. Lower that light a little bit. Thanks. Jacob May. This is his second time going up. It's gonna be swung and missed. Try to check swing that a little bit, but didn't fall for it. But it felt like he committed too much. It's one of those like 50-50 kind of swings. But it ended up looking 60-40. Jacob May in his first appearance, grounding out to the infield of Cows. The next pitch is going to be in for a strike. So 5 pitches, 5 strikes for Trent Roach. And that's when we reach a critical point of, I don't want to say it yet jinx it, but it's one of those baseball phenomena that you barely see. Yoshinobu Yamamoto for the Dodgers almost had it last year. That pitch swung on and missed. 6 pitches, 6 strikes, 2 Ks for Trent Roach. So we're almost near that phenomena. Obviously, I'm going to avoid saying it because commentators curse. But at bat for the runners is going to be Evan Cloyd. If there's a man who could stop said phenomena, it is Evan Cloyd. I mean, how many times do I got to say it on stream? Led the nation in hit by pitches last year. The first pitch to Cloyd, he was hit by a pitch. Wow. I mean, I kind of called that one. But hey, can I get flowers to that one that was going? No? No, damn. Well, Evan Cloyd's going to go first. And I embarrassed myself. 2 outs for CSUB, but they got a guy on first, Evan Cloyd. Right after bringing up the hit by pitch, he gets hit. So it's going to bring up Devin Wilkes, the freshman out of Pacifica High School. Been seeing a lot of action for the runners, especially for a freshman. He's actually played in all the games. Had a good home run against Texas Tech in that first game. Gave him a 3-0 lead with that 2-run shot instead top of the third. So Devin Wilkes can do some damage here. That first pitch is outside for Wilkes, and that's 1-0. But Devin Wilkes in this first inning got into a double play. And now it's going to be Roach with the 1-0. It's going to be outside 2-0. And, well, quick quick start for Devin Wilkes, and they're going to have a little bit of a conference. A little bit of a, hey, man, are you okay? Can you get through this? Just talk to my pitch. Talk to the pitches. And Wilkes is just in the batter's box, just swinging the bat, saying, I'm going to hit this one out of the park. They're having a little conference. Catcher says, you're going to be good, man. Don't worry. And he runs back to home plate. The ump's waiting for them. The ump says, all right, we're good. Let's play ball. It's going to be Roach's next pitch on his 2-0 to Devin Wilkes. See if the conference worked. Roach's pitch is going to be foul. It was on the field of play, but just too far from any players to even have a chance. So Evan Cloyd on first. Wilkes trying to get something going for the runners. 2-1 count here. The top of the third. Here's Roach's pitch. That swung on and missed. Looks like the conference helped him out a little bit. Gain a little bit of that composure back. Because baseball, sure, it's a physical game, but it's also as much of a mental game. So it looks like Roach might have locked in a little bit. Roach's pitch outside, 3-2. Catcher says, you're good, man. Doing a kind of a little bit of a John Boy thing here. Cal leads 5-0 in this game. CSUB looking to get something going. Important pitch here, 3-2 from Roach to Wilkes. The pitch outside, that's going to be a walk. And then Wilkes is going to take his gear off. Runners are going to have people on first and second. And this is where, of course, it's 2 outs. So not leeway at all in terms of sacrificing. So you're gonna have to hit the ball into play. So Cloyd on second, Wilkes on first. This brings up Elgin Bennett. Now I'm gonna channel my inner Mano Reese, solid play-by-play commentator. Try to get a nice little reverse jinx going by saying we really need a home run right now. But Elgin Bennett just hits it out to right field. It's gonna score a run. It is going to score a run. Elgin Bennett moves to second on a double. Wilkes goes to third with 2 outs. You saw that reverse strings? That was awesome. I did that. I did that. And now Roach is in a bit of a pickle. Actually scores 2 runs for CSUB. That's a bases clearing double for Elgin Bennett. Elgin Bennett, he's been hot, batting 394. And Elijah Palayo, who had a hit in his first at bat, has an opportunity to bring in Elgin Bennett. So the scoreboard says 2-5, but the stats say 1-5. It is 1-5. They're gonna have a conference, but the coach is out there, which signals our commercial timeout. So we're in the top of the third. CSUB, opportunity to trance. We'll be right back. And we're back. Conference went well, and Elijah Palaio's hit's going to go foul. So that's an 0-1 count for Roach. It's another one of those conferences. This inning, the conference, have another conference because he's been not saying he's been struggling, but Cal State Bakersfield's been able to get on base this inning. They need to take advantage of this opportunity, especially since Cal started off so quick. So here's an important pitch right here from Roach to Palaio. That's going to go grounds to third, down to first. In time. Got him. So Palaio grounds out to third. He threw it to first. It's going to end the inning, the top of the inning. We'll head for the bottom. Cal at bat. They lead by one. We're back for the bottom of the third. Navarrete, who came in for Miniker in the bottom of the second, is pitching for CSUB now. It's going to be a 1-1 count to Kevin John. The pitch. That's going to be hit perfectly in the gap between Vela and Palaio. And it's going to skip up away from Thompson when it was thrown to second. But John isn't going to, he's not going to test it. That was potential for disaster if Thompson didn't read that. It was a weird bounce. The ball was thrown in from left field and it literally skipped up. So, weird play. First batter for Cal once again gets on base. That's going to bring up Kevin John. So it was actually Cade Campbell who hit the single, but the stats took a little long. So Kevin John for the Golden Bears. That's going to hit that. Potential for a double play. Vela just let it squeeze away. So first and second for Cal. And that was another error for the CSUB defense. We ignore that sound. It's going to bring up Jet Kennedy for Cal. I don't know. This game has felt like what could go wrong has gone wrong. Then you know the phrase. And it's a bit of a hard one to watch. So probably get a Kahoot game going or something. Probably haven't heard Kahoot in a while. But bottom of the third. That was in the strike. Strike one. That's probably a good idea. A Kahoot game. No, 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 no. And they're gonna have a conference with the head coach going out there. So we'll gather all our thoughts here. We're gonna go to a commercial break. We'll be right back. And we're back. Is that ball's gonna be skied? Potential for Clay to catch it? He dropped it. And trying to maintain neutrality here with the amount of mistakes that Cal State Bakersfield has been making on the defensive end, especially in this bottom of the third. It's unreal. It's to the point where my producer has her hands in her face, just absolutely befuddled as to what she's seeing. Befuddled's a good word. Befuddle's a good word. The clap. Sorry, the clap. All right. Bottom of the third. It's going to be Jet Kennedy, the shortstop. The pitch. That's low. Ball one. Jet Kennedy in this game, one hit, one run. He was a part of that bottom of the second, where that was that hit, and then next up for Cal, the guy hit a home run. The pitch, it's going to be inside, 2-2. Person on first and second for said Golden Bears. So, wait, is the screen getting blocked on my. Wait, no, this side. This one, a little bit. That's fine. That's fine. You can adjust the screens later. As I'm going to check for a second, ump says safe. 2-2 for Alex Navarrete, an ERA of 4.91. Pitched a point 0.1 inning so far because he came in the second. But this inning, this whole year, he's pitched 7.1 innings, giving up 9 hits, 7 runs, 4 errors on his name. And now that pitch was outside. It's going to be 3-2. Navarrete, the pitch. It's going to be lined, foul. If that was fair, the score would have gotten worse. So great insight by me. As I do want to take notice in the ballpark, the two symmetrical but not symmetrical and Nike signs in the top of the screen, because the camera from the broadcast is like set right down on home plate as the pitch comes in. It's gonna be a walk. Of course, it's gonna be a walk. Bases are loaded for Cal. The camera is it's just one camera that they're shooting on, like we are right now, which actually gives us potential to probably shoot a baseball game because we're cool like that. Anyways, it's shot down, and the two Nike logos from the Cal outfield could be seen, and it's like they're not symmetrical. So one of them's a little bit to the left, the other one's a little bit to the right. You see it? You see it? They're not symmetrical. So it's like maybe they could have edited that. That first pitch is swinging for Joshua Hanson as Cal has bases loaded. So if you're Cal State Bakersfield here and you want to strike out, not want and need a strikeout to set up that double play and potentially get no runs, that ball's going to be hit high and foul. So quick 0-2, which is a good start for Navarrete. This inning, one hit, one error. Here's the pitch from Navarrete to Hanson, the center fielder for Cal. The delivery swung on and missed, but the ump says it tipped, so foul. Looked like he missed it, but it's really that angle at the camera, the one I'm talking about. It's really hard to see if the ball skips. So here it goes. The 0-2 to Hanson from Navarrete. Pitch. Oh my, that almost got away. A little too much to the right. Hanson has 3 hits on the year with 4 RBI. So we can add more to that RBI tally on the year. And it's very important. 1-2 pitch from Navarrete. Tie 2-2. And this is where it hurts if you're CSUB because in that top of the third, you have runners on base. You left them in scoring position, being on second and third after that Elgin Bennett hit. So it hurts in the situation of leaving those runners in scoring position. Now Cal has an opportunity to even extend that lead. So it's going to be skied, potential for a sacrifice, or it might even be a grand slam. It's not. It's caught by May, thrown to first. Well, it's cut off. It's going to be cut off. So makes the score 1-6. It's a sacrifice for Joshua Hanson. That'll bring up 6. That'll bring up Ethan Kadama as Cal about to score a touchdown here in the bottom of the third as we reach 1 hour and 12 minutes of game time. And unfortunately, the run rule may already be in effect. But we want to avoid that. We want we want CSUB to hang in there, but it's not looks like it's going to happen. Is that's a single. It's going to score a run for Cal. They get their touchdown and extra point. 7-1. There's only 1 out, and if you're Jordan Banfield, you got to start thinking about taking Navarrete out. Now has nine runs that he's given up, 6 earned runs, and look at me, I called it. That's going to be it for Navarrete. Gives up a lot in this bottom of the third, giving up 2 runs. We'll be right back. See what CCB has next. And we're back for the bottom of the third. Pitching is Jeter Sherman, the man who came in that. You remember that stream against Southern Indiana, where the game went pretty long. His pitch is outside, 2-1. Cal leading 7-1 already, and it's not like softball where it can end in the fifth inning. So it's going to be to Pradecki. Whoa, those comebackers are scary. 2 outs for Cal. Got a person on second and third. But that was scary. That ball, that comebacker, it went right off the bat and thrown to the pitch, right off the bat and right to the pitcher's glove. Those comebackers. I mean, we've all seen the videos of the pitchers getting hit. It's good reflexes for Sherman. His first pitch to Prather is going to be a ball, 1-0. Jeter Sherman for Cal State Bakersfield. 2 outs. Navarrete started the inning, gave up 2 runs, had a bases loaded debacle to deal with as the pitch is going to come in and outside. 2-0. And that inning just, not to say got away from them, but just trying to get through it. It's really difficult, especially against an ACC school. Sherman's pitch is going to be low, 3-0. So you want to avoid the walk here in the doubles in this territory because the double plays don't matter. But bases loaded, a lot of pressure. The pitch, and he walked him. What you want to avoid, that's what's happening for Cal State Bakersfield. So the bases are loaded, 2 outs for Cal. It's going to bring up Jacob French, who it's going to be his third at bat. He's had 2 hits in his 2 at bats, scoring a run and having an RBI. But it's a good opportunity for CSUB to get an out here to try to just end the inning, as it's the first pitch is going to be swung on and missed, strike one, as it's underway. And Berkeley, more specifically the Evans Diamond at Stu Gordon Stadium. It's a long name, as that's going to be lined, and that's where the trouble comes in. It's going to bring in 2 runs for the Golden Bears, making the score 9-1. Going to be 2-run RBI single for Jacob French. Jeter Sherman giving up the two people on base right now, giving up a walk and a hit to them. So that extends the lead 9-1. This has been a 4-run inning for Cal. So Cal in their first 3 innings, 2 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second, and 4 runs in the third. So that means the next inning there'll be 5. They were counting. That first pitch is swung on and missed from Murillo. As the scoreboard gets set there, second pitch is going to be, well, the scoreboard's glitching. It's going to be low, 1-1. That's why you trust the stats. You have to trust the stats. Only people on base for CSUB twice is Evan Cloyd with that first single, then a hit by pitch. Elgin Bennett with a double, bringing in a runner. Then Elijah Palayo with the single, and Nick Mascaro with the hit by pitch. Is this next ball's going to be hit foul? And the commentators over there are talking about that 10-run rule. But it comes into effect to avoid super long games. We're about to reach an hour 30 of game time in the bottom of the third. The pitch is going to be low, but Morisaki keeping it in front of him makes it 2-2. CSUB just praying to get out of this inning. It's going to be an important 2-2 for Sherman. He's given up 2 runs already. His 2-2 outside 3-2. For the Golden Bears this season, they started off 8-3. I don't know. TV's cut off. You'd see the record 8-3. Started off and split the series with Santa Clara in Santa Clara. Then they had a 3-game series against UC Irvine where they won 2 out of 3. This pitch is going to be into that gap, potential for 2 more runs. As May's going to get to it, throws it. He's going to be safe at second, throwing the home plate. Safe there too. 11-1. Wow. Murillo, second hit. And honestly, not much I could say to this. It's really hard to put into words. This is this has been a dumpster fire. I feel like that's the perfect way to describe it. Dumpster fire? Disaster. Disaster. That's the word. Bottom of the third, and they're down by 10 runs. It's going to bring up Cade Campbell for Cal. The pitch outside. 1-0. Sherman in this inning. Well, Cal scoring a 6th spot in this inning. Looking at visitor stats, CSUB having 4 pitches already, only one of them being able to complete an inning. All 4 of them combined have only been able to get to 2 2/3 inning, giving up an ERA about 9.54. Giving up 2 home runs. Disaster. That's all I can say. The pitch, and that's a strike. 2-1. Myers getting through an inning, giving up 2 runs, 2 errors to his name as well. Had a K, gave up a home run and an extra base hit. Miniker went into the game, giving up 3 runs, 4 hits, not even being able to complete the innings. That next pitch was outside 3-1. This inning just keeps going along. 11-1 Berkeley. 11-1 Cal. 11-1 Cal, and that's going to be a walk. First and second for the Golden Bears. That's going to bring up Kevin John. And if I'm not mistaken, Kevin John did hit in this inning. He did hit in this inning. So Cal taking advantage of the opportunities right now. They're running up this score because CSUB just to not even try to sound negative, just can't get out of their way. That first pitch is gonna be a strike. It's felt like if they've been on these 2 outs for a long time, just the inability to get out of it. Swung on a miss, strike 2. 6 runs in this bottom of the third. Cal with 10 hits, 1 left on base. This inning scoring 6 runs off 4 hits and an error. The pitch popped up to Jacob May or Evan Cloyd. It's going to be May. His hat flies off, and the inning ends. Might have to throw a party for that one. We're going to go to commercial break. We'll be back for the top of the fourth. Cal scored a lot. And we're back for said inning, which is the top of the fourth. Mascara is going to lead it off for the runners. Got off to a quick count in favor of him, 2-0. The pitch, 3-0. Stats say 3-0. Scoreboard says 2-1. So got to get that one fixed. Cal, they fix it, 3-0. Following pitch, then for a strike, 3-1. Mascara is a center fielder. It's his second straight year with the runners. Had a great year last year. This season, he had a good performance against Texas Tech. Yeah, the grand slam. We swung on a mystery too. Alignment looking the same. And why not give you the umpires' names? Calling the balls and strikes is Jason Benson. Ump at first is Mike Green. Justin Havey at second base, and third base is going to be Tony Basner. As that swung on a missed, strikeout. I'm about to say strike one. I don't know why. Strikeout. This will be a quick out for CSUB. Brings up Brendan Thompson, the freshman. This season, he has 5 hits on the year with 24 at bats. He had 6 runs to his name with 8 RBIs, 7 strikeouts. But he's had 2 home runs this season. That's going to be up for ball one. Trent Roach already pitched 3 1/3 inning. He's only given up 3 hits, 1 run. The team hitting summary: Cal State Bakersfield is after this pitch. It's outside, but says that's a strike. Cal State Bakersfield, they're batting 3 for 12, which is a 250 average. Cal, 10 for 19, 526 average. So it's again with that 50-50 thing, is that's going to be grounded to third. Can he throw to first in time? The answer is yeah. One heck of a play there by Campbell. Throw it to Murillo for that second out. Brings up Morisaki, who K'd his first time. And Trent Roach can stay in this game. It feels like Cal was up to bat 4 minutes ago, and CSUB already has 2 outs. So it's a relatively young program in the Roadrunners, starting in 2009. Is they just try to get something going in this game. It's going to be a pitch to Morisaki from Roach. Going to be bunted foul, so it's going to be a strike. CSUB with 4 Ks only has 1 walk and 1 extra base hit. Average for Cal State Bakersfield. Well, for Cal State Bakersfield's catcher, Kanoa Morisaki, he's been batting at 360. Slugging percentage of 760. So that's pretty good for Morisaki. The pitch to be all the ball. Counts even, 1-1. 2 outs for CSUB. Nick Mascaro striking out. Brendan Thompson grounding out. It's an amazing play by Campbell to even get it across the diamond. It's pretty much as far as you can go on the dirt to throw from third to first. That's following pitch is going to be swung on and missed for strike two. 1-2 to Kanoa Morisaki. The 1-2. It's going to be low, 2-2. It's going to even the count for the junior out of Honolulu, Hawaii. 2-2. The pitch. It's going to be low, 2-2. 3-2. 3-2. Thank you. So Kanoa Morisaki looking to get on base. Trying to continue a little bit of that 2 out getting on base kind of streak CSUB had that last inning. I mean, they got on base with 2 outs. Can he do it here? The answer is yes. That pitch was high. So he's going to walk. He's going to send a runner to first. It's going to bring up Dusty Vela, who's had an at-bat 19 times this season, getting 3 hits, scoring 5 times. K'd 9 times. He's only been walked once this season. He has a stolen base to his name. So there's Dusty Vela, the redshirt senior out of Chico, California. Spent 2 seasons at Reedley College before he went to Winthrop. And there's actually going to be a change. So Vela's not going to pitch. It's going to be Adam Salazar. There's going to be a pinch runner as well. So in case that there is a hit, there's a potential for it to be an RBI. So Tyson Miller's going to pinch run for Kanoa Morisaki at first. And Adam Salazar is going to be pinch hitting for Dusty Vela, the third baseman. The pitch, it's going to be called a strike. A lot happened in the first in those seconds. Has CSUB down 11-1 in the top of the fourth. Adam Salazar, the pitch. It's going to try to be a steal attempt for Tyson Miller. But since it went foul, he's got to go back. So quick 0-2 count. Salazar this year. This is his second at bat of the season. And that at bat, he got a hit, and then he's had 2 walks. So he's actually had 3 at bats with 1 hit. And that's going to be away. Tyson Miller looked to go to second again because the catcher bobbled at home plate, but he just stayed put at first. 1-2. Salazar looking to get something going for CSUB after what's been a really bad start to this game. That's going to be skied to third base. Who it is? Campbell making the catch. So that'll do it. Runners don't even get a hit, they get a walk. Strand him at first. We'll be right back for the bottom of the fourth. There we go. Yeah, we got it now. Awesome. Apologies for that. You guys never even heard me. That's great on my book. Critiques are going to go amazing. Is that's going to be a hit to center field. It's going to drop in that right center field gap. Back to back hits. Who said the runners are done? Producer did actually. Damn. Not really a lot of positivity in the room. No? No? Can you? You're not. But the runners aren't done yet. So at bat, it's going to be Matt Dobson for CSUB. I think I saw him in this hallway of this building. I'm not wrong. Yeah, I was right. There we go. Well, he's at bat for CSUB with the opportunity to maybe not have the run rule in effect and we can go the full nine. He's got that power. Pitch, swung on a miss, strike one. Matt Dobson on the year with 13 at bats, having one hit and one run, one RBI. So that streak could continue. So that second pitch is swung on a miss. So he's swinging here. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him swing again, especially since this approach has been really aggressive. But you could be aggressive in this position with it being 0 outs on the inning. Just need to have it be productive. The pitch swung on and missed. So he was aggressive, missed all three, struck him out. And there's going to be a pinch hitting thing going on. It's going to be Garrett Tennyson coming in for Elgin Bennett. I get my juice into the frame. Tennyson's going to come in. Tennyson on the year with 27 at bats, 6 hits, 7 runs, 3 RBIs. A lot of pinch hitting is going to start coming into the situation. And CSUB doing math, 1, 2, 3, with 2 runs, gets it under that 10-run rule. As he's going to go steal for third, and he was out by a mile. What was the thought process? I don't know. That was really bad. So he's out at third. Cloyd gets the second. The double steal really wasn't the move, especially because now it's a 2 out situation with Evan Cloyd stealing second. May got caught stealing third, but with it only being 1 out, I mean, of course you avoid the double play situation, but you got out at third caught stealing, so now it's just maybe you should have stayed where you were at. Because now there's an opportunity CSCB doesn't even get any runs in this inning. The pitch to Tennyson on the 1-1, grounded to the pitcher, and wow, I was right. CSCB gets no runs in the top of the fifth. So Cal up to bat again. They look to extend their lead to even more. We are back. Pitching change for the Roadrunners. Sal Bolivar is going to come in. Immediately gives up a hit. So, Cal on first. It's going to be Daniel Murillo getting on. And let me check this. Let me check the stats. Daniel Murillo, 3 for 4. Has anybody gone perfect? Joshua Hanson's been perfect, batting 100. Just trying to get through this one, folks. 10 seconds on the pitch clock. Sal Bolivar coming in. That's going to be wild. It's that same Jackson Bolivar that was seen on Saturday. You see it here. You'll probably see on the recap because we unfortunately have to do one for this game. I'll get it in clean in one take, though. Because last time it took 30 takes. Anyways, going back to the game. It's going to be in the dirt. 1-1. It should be 2-0 scoreboard, people. But rolled it a swing. So it's 1-1. Bolivar this season for the runners. He's had 4 pitched innings. That .1 inning coming in that Texas Tech game. That 11th spot, I like to call it disastrous inning. And from disastrous inning to disastrous game. The CSUB's down by 11. Murillo starting off the inning pretty quick with a single. The pitch from Bolivar, they be fouled. 2-2. As in the world of baseball, there's college baseball going on. MLB, they started their spring training. You have countries playing MLB teams right now. World Baseball Classic around the corner. Japan looking to repeat. USA looking to spoil Japan's chances as that's hit high and foul to the buildings that they have in the left field side. Now I feel like those buildings, they look cool, but at the same time, what happens if a ball goes through the window? Kind of situation. The baseball team has to pay for that. Just the thing I think about. It's a 2-2 pitch. It's going to go fly to right field. Jacob May dropped it. So, but there's going to be an out at second. Oh my goodness, they can't even grab the ball. He's out. That's a lot. Unreal. So the ball was dropped at right field. So the right fielder May threw it to Thompson, but Thompson couldn't hold on to the ball. And it got to the point where it turned into a 50-50 play when it should have been a 100 play for Cal State Bakersfield. So they get the out, yeah, in an incredibly ugly style, though. But the out is the out. So it's ruled the fielder's choice. So not really an error for May. The pitch is outside. 1-0. And talking about not only just sticking with CSUB baseball, I mean, softball season underway. Of course, they obviously trying to keep it going, but they've been losing a lot too. But they've had fight. I mean, taking the number 23 team in the country basically to the 7th inning is pretty impressive, especially after their outing against Duke, where they got mercy ruled twice. That first pitch is going to be a strike. Scoreboard stopped updating. Awesome. Bolivar's next pitch to Kevin John. That's going to be fouled. Yeah, into net. And yesterday, having an extra innings game, the 9th inning. Yeah, it goes to the 9th inning because obviously softball goes to 7 innings. Great game against Fresno State. They had the lead in the top of the 7th, gives up a run. They tie it, and CSUB couldn't get another run going. So Fresno State takes that one, but the record doesn't really match how the team has been playing. And that swung on and missed for a strike out. Brings 2 outs to the inning. Cal looking to score with people on first and second, which is what the scoreboard says. But in reality, there's just a person on first. So that's going to bring up Jet Kennedy with an opportunity to Try to score another run to keep that run streak going for Cal. The pitch. It's going to be high. So it's baseball season already. Feels like yesterday when the Dodgers won the World Series. Then again, sports seasons go by so quick. It's just you lose track of what season's which, and the next thing you know, it's all over, and just baseball's on during the middle of summer. That's gonna go. They're gonna check at first. Slides back in time. He's safe. 1-0. Canady today, 2 at bats with 1 hit, 2 runs, but he's been on base twice, having a hit and a run. Well, a hit and a walk and a run. It's gonna be fouled back 1-1. Bolivar certainly looking a little more composed than in that Texas Tech game. Bolivar hitting a couple Red Raiders in that outing. We reached the end point of the bottom of the fifth, hopefully. CSUB doesn't give up any more runs. The pitch fouled off, 1-2. So the runner's away. One strike from being away. No, one strike from having a scoreless inning. I don't know where the away was coming from. I mean, they're trying to get away from the inning. That's what it was. The 1-2 count. Bolivar to Canady, the shortstop. The pitch. That's going to be a base hit, and it's going to go in the gap. What do you know it? They might score. Or they keep him at third. Nope, bringing him home to be a play at the plate. Morisaki never had a chance. They're going to score. Yeah, so it's going to be Canady getting that double, RBI double. It's going to bring in Cade Campbell. Cal's run streak continues 13-1. They got 14 hits today. The Roadrunners are really just struggling. Unreal. Next up for Cal, it's going to be Joshua Hanson. Hanson today, 2 for 2. It's the one I was talking about. Perfect on the day. Two at bats, 2 hits. His average is still a .25, 1.125 because of the 32 at bats he's had. But perfect today. So that first pitch is swung on and missed. Strike one. This season, Hanson with 5 RBIs, but 3 of them coming today. So his number's certainly going up. The pitch swung on and missed. Strike two. And those Cal jerseys look really nice. Like an old timey kind of look, like old school Yankees kind of thing. But instead of the NY, it's a C, and then it's the Berkeley colors, the Cal colors. I mean, apology. The pitch, calls it a ball. That was high. 1-2 to Hanson. Hanson, the righty, 3 RBIs on the day today, and perspective in this game, of course, is trying to get out of it. The pitch fouled off. It's going to stay 1-2. The scoring for this game has been unreal. Bottom of the first home run, bottom of the second home run, and then an RBI single. And then CSUB did get opportunities. Well, they did have opportunities to add to their run total to avoid this situation they're in, but they just haven't been able to take advantage. That next pitch is going to be high, 2-2. It feels like we've been on the same inning for 30 minutes. 13-1 Cal. Never really even prepared my scoreboard to be able to take double digits. That pitch is going to go fouled. Big pitch here. 2-2. Hanson's fighting, battling in this game. Looking at another run. The pitch swung on and missed. That's going to end the inning. Not much to say. Cal scores one. Scores 13-1. We'll be right back. And we're back for the top of the sixth. Positive energy flowing. At least I try. Pitch to Cloyd. Apologies. Playa, that's outside. And as much as I'd want to say, apologies, guys, and then turn off the camera, that's not going to happen because we stay here for the long run. Even though the long run can seem really long, the second pitch is going to be a strike. So it's a 1-2 count for Pelayo. Pelayo in his first appearance getting a single. The pitch to Pelayo, that's going to hit him. Looked like it was going to hit him. Maybe my vision's not good. Looked like it was going to hit him, but that was a ball. So it's a 2-2 count for Pelayo. The pitch. That's outside, 3-2. It's looking a little bit wild for Cal. Tanner Grove looking a little bit choppy, and he did look a little bit choppy in that end of the top of the fifth. The pitch. It's going to be a walk. So CCB, once again, starting it off good in terms of getting a runner on base. That's going to bring up Nick Mascaro. Mascaro hit by a pitch in that first appearance, but striking out in that next one. So he's looking to keep that groove going, hopefully get on base again. The first pitch from Grove. It's outside. Called a strike. The Mascara is going to wait for that next pitch as I scoot back a little bit. Hello, everybody. Hello. It's a great day here for baseball. The pitch to Mascaro be called a strike. 0-2 is touching the handy dandy pen. You know, probably play tic-tac-toe with this. The pitch is going to be grounded to the pitcher. Is there going to be a play at all? Yeah, there's going to be a play to first, but the runner, Pelayo, is going to move to second. It was a really tight play because it got past the pitcher. CSUB could challenge it if they want, but then that means that it'd take up time, and I'm getting a nasty side eye right now. Anyways, we go back to the game. It's going to bring up Brendan Thompson, the second baseman for Cal State Bakersfield. Thompson on the day, two at bats, grounding out both times. The pitch to Thompson, we missed. Called strike. It looked like he was going for a bit of a check swing. Didn't really go. As the commentators on ESPN are talking about Alyssa Liu, correlation? No idea. Swung on and missed. Strike two. As they're talking about the Bay Area, and if we want to talk about things going on in Kern County, do you know anything going on in Kern County? No, no. Well, I mean, in Bakersfield, there's a hockey team. They're performing pretty well. And it's swung on and missed. That's to be a strikeout. A pretty entertaining game yesterday in terms of it being at 10 in the morning, which is a bit of a weird puck drop time, but entertaining game going all the way to a shootout. Was it tiring? Yeah, but it was entertaining morning puck. It got to the point where you can get out, go out to lunch, go to school, go back to whatever you had to do for the day. That's the good thing about morning puck. So the pitch comes in, it's a strike. Strike one. CCB once again starting off with a runner on base and not being able to produce anything in this top of the sixth. The pitch to Carter Jorgensen. It's outside. 1-1 for Jorgensen. Two outs for CSUB. Pelayo starting off the inning with a hit. Not a hit, a walk. Apologies. So here goes the 1-1. Called a strike. 1-2. Upcoming for the runners is going to be a series against Cal State Fullerton this weekend. Should be a fun one. Fullerton, obviously, pretty good baseball school. They've been featured in the MLB The Show video game. So the pitch comes in, and that's going to be fouled by Jorgensen. So it should be a bit of a fun one. And after that Fullerton series, what do you know? CSUB gets to take on the University of Southern California. Apologies. So it'd be Fullerton for that series. Then a single game against West Cliff University for Education Day. It's also going to be fouled. Pelayo looked to steal. So that's an 11 a.m. first pitch for CSUB. And it's going to be a three-game series at Cal Poly. Poly's been an amazing school. And I think, personally, a bit of a hot take in the Big West. I think that the top three teams in the Big West, they're going to be ranked this season in college baseball. It's going to be a 1-2 pitch to Jorgensen outside. They tried to frame it, couldn't really. So it's 1-2 now, not 1-2. Anyways, going back to that USC game, that USC game is going to be featured on Big Ten Plus. So CSUB going to be on Big Ten Plus this year. The 2-2 to Jorgensen, pitcher's going to step off. Take time. Cal State Bakersfield last year losing to USC, so hopefully they can try to get revenge. The 2-2 to Jorgensen, that's low. Look down the middle. Counts 3-2 as we reach the 2 hour, 14-minute mark. I like keeping track of the time. So CSUB looking to take advantage of this situation. The pitch, that's outside. It's gonna be a walk. Again, taking advantage. I mean, not saying that the game is possible to win, but if you're speaking in terms of wanting to compete, avoiding the run rule is a really good thing, but at the same time, it's a bit of a bad thing because you do get extra reps. But the extra reps are important. So, other comments? Yeah, it's a run rule. Right now, at this moment, it's a run rule because they're up by 10 runs. But if CSUB were able to get the runs down to 9, then this game continues, which is something we all want to see. Maybe it's the top of the sixth. 2 outs for Adam Salazar. The pitch, that's inside. 2-0. Tanner Grove, I mean, he's seen some traffic on the bases, but it's been able to get out of it. So maybe he could potentially do it here. 2-0 to Salazar. That's outside. Called a strike. That's confusing. But it looked like the ball may have touched the plate in terms of it curving. Yeah, the commentator on ESPN said it perfect. It was a corner pitch. The pitch fouled back into the net. 2-2. It's just great to have baseball back, though. It's just one of those games where you just sit down, grab a drink, whether it be juice. You know, juice is always fun. Just sit down and watch the game. Get a nice little snack. 2-2. The pitch to Salazar. That's going to be a base hit. And it's going to be bobbled, so the run could score at home. They are. So, in terms to your comment, CSUB 2 runs away from being out of the run rule. So Salazar was able to bring in Pelayo. Carter Jorison moves from first to third. So the traffic on the bases for Tanner Grove finally bit. And there's going to be a conference, which honestly, it's going to give me a bit of a break here because we've been on here for a while. So we'll be right back. CCB gets a run back. They could actually get out of the run rule. We'll be right back. And we're back, and it's going to be Ryan Spaliero, Spaliero, Spaliero. And he's going to hit a batter, and it's going to bring up Mr. Evan Cloyd. So, damage? CSUB, they got opportunities. This offense could be explosive. Run rule could be out of the picture. That first pitch is out of play. None of the play. Off the plate. Apologies. If some of the words are mixed up, I do have a metal bar on my teeth, so I like to use that as an excuse because of the lisp, you know, from the braces. That second pitch is going to be low, 2 and 0. So this is a bit of an interesting situation we got here, as it's starting to get cold in this room. So might get the windbreaker out in a little bit. 2 and 0 to Cloyd. 3 and 0 to Cloyd. Possibility to walk a runner here. Cloyd in the game. He's been on base twice. The 3-0 from Spaliero. He has an ERA of 16.2. That's outside, but it's called strike. Spaliero, 1.2 innings pitched, given up 4 hits, 3 runs, and he earned all three. And he's given up a double and hit 2 players. My bad. That's also out, but called a strike. So this is a very important pitch. 3-2. Cloyd with the opportunity to bring in some runners. The run rule looming. Skied past the center fielder. That's going to bring in 2, potentially 3. Cloyd with a bases clearing double, and the run rule is out of effect at this moment. Unbelievable. Huh? 5. Yes, it's going to be 5-13. CSUB down by 6, correct? Is my math right? No, down by 8. Yeah. Down by 8. Cloyd getting on base all 3 at bats. Evan Cloyd is a dangerous man. That first pitch is going to be a strike. To Matt Dobson. So now this game is it's gotten close in terms of college baseball because runs can be scored pretty quickly. If CSUB could flip, as that's going to be fouled from Dobson, so it's 0-2. CSUB could flip the scores. So now they could potentially have a consistency of having 3 runs or 4 runs, potentially even 5 runs in these next few innings. I mean, if they could hold Cal to 0 runs or maybe a couple, I mean, we're talking about having a ball game here. So the game's not over, certainly not. Still a lot of digging to do if you're Cal State Bakersfield. Here's the pitch. That's going to be lined. That's going to bring in Cloyd potentially. It's going to be a throw to the home plate. Not even close. Cloyd's going to score. 6-13. The score is deficit is now 7. And Ryan Spaliero is struggling. So a lot of positivity. Didn't start it off positive, but now it's got to continue that streak. Dobson singles. Didn't want to test it with a double, especially since it was a short play. Cloyd able to score from second. What an inning for CSUB. And now it's going to be Garrett Tennyson at bat. It's going to foul that off to the left side and out of play. Great inning for Cal State Bakersfield, as the scoreboard says 5-13, but it's 6-13 on the stats. So we'll see how that works. Spaliero's pitch to Tennyson. That's going to be fouled, but into the glove. This is going to bring up 0 and 2. So the person in the comments, no more run rule now. Chinison, 0-2 count. Cal State Bakersfield with 5 runs this inning. Spaliero's pitch. That's going to be grounded to second. It's going to be tossed, and that's going to be the inning. Cal State Bakersfield scoring 5 runs, putting up a 5 spot out of the run rule, which is important. They keep battling. We'll be right back. Cal up next. To the bottom. And we're back for the bottom of the sixth. And yes, the jacket is back on. It's getting a little cold outside. CSUB with a 5 spot in the inning, but the scoreboard still says 5-13, which is getting a little bit on my nerve. But Cal's going to do what Cal's going to do. As Ulloa's pitch, I want to say that's Getsi Ulloa. That's pitch going to be in for a strike, as the wireless connection is too weak for the Apple Watch to unlock the MacBook again. So I appreciate it. The pitch from Ulloa swung on and missed. I'm going to call that a foul. And it does say 6-13. Ma'am, 6-13. Thank you. Well, we follow what the stats say. I'm gonna take a sip of the juice. Bottom of the sixth, CSUB out of that run rule. So right now we have 3 more innings to go with this. So that's gonna be grounded into the gap between second and short. And he's gonna test for second base. He's out by the country mile, but they said he's safe. And potentially you might want to check, go to a review for that one. But they're just gonna say he's safe. And Cal's broadcast for today clearly looks like it was made in the last 5 minutes because it's not really any replay. It's almost like that Texas Tech one on Sunday where it was like a screen recording of Microsoft DDoS with the score, and CSU Bakersfield wasn't even on it. It said like DT. So I don't know. Bit of a weird one. As it's going to be Lawson Olmsted going up to bat for Cal. This is going to be Olmsted's first action this season. So it's a big spot for Olmsted. Runners trying to avoid having a run scored as that swung on and missed 1-1. As hello, hello everybody. I can see the screen right there. The Runner Sports Network logo at the top, and then the lights. The lights are pretty shiny, actually. The pitch, it's gonna be inside. 2-1. I feel like there could be some interactive things that I could add to like the TVs, but that's something that I could do like later. I don't know. It's just something you gotta brainstorm. But there's not really anything, right? No. The pitch is gonna be inside 3-1. Gets the Ulwa. That's how you say it. Ulwa this season. He's from Mexico, actually, by way of El Paso Community College for baseball. 3.2 innings pitched this season, giving up 2 hits. As that ball is going to be skied, Popper. He's going to run away from it, and somebody call the ball, please. And it's going to be out. Lou Barnum got the out, threw it to Adam Salazar, who's playing third. And Kodama is going to stay at second. Hitting summary for the teams. Cal State Bakersfield hitting 7 for 23 with an average of 304. Cal batting 5 for 31. Their number lowered from the 500 range. Now they're at a 484. Both teams have 4 walks. Cal State Bakersfield has 6 strikeouts, with Cal having 3. Cal having 7 extra base hits. CCB having 2. Runners on base. We'll get to that stat after this pitch. At bat is Hideki Prather. And my voice is starting to go out as that ball's going to be lined and that's going to score a run. So the score is going to be 14-5 to 14-6. So that's going to make the deficit an 8-run game. It's going to be a single for Hideki Prather. And producer spotting that they fixed the scoreboard, which is great. So good for Cal. And it's going to bring up, what do you know? Jacob French. This fit that bat on the night. Continuing on the hitting summary. With runners on, Bakersfield's batted a 5 for 15 with a 3.33 average. Runners in scoring position, Bakersfield's hit 4 for 10. So they've had a bit of a clutch gene, especially the 400 range is actually pretty good. But obviously, you want to see them hit better. There's always space for improvement, ladies and gentlemen. So that pitch is going to be outside for a ball. 1-0. In 2-out situations, this is pretty nice. CCB's batted 4 for 9 with a 4.44 average. Cal batting 6 for 11, and most of their damage has come with 2 outs if you're the Golden Bears. Deficit of 8. This is the last pitch. It's going to be a ball. Steal attempt. He's safe. Kadama stealing second. And it was good timing for Morisaki. It's just ball bounced. And there's going to be a meeting, which takes us to a commercial break. So we'll be right back. Cal State Bakersfield gives up a run. They're down 8. And we're back. It's going to be a pitching change. It's going to be Brock Adamson coming in for the runners. His first pitch is going to be in for a strike. Cal's batter, French, is leaning into the plate a little bit as we are with one out. CSUB with a 5 spot. Adamson hits it up the gap. That's going to bring in a run. Scores 15-6. So in terms of people rooting on the run rule, this is awesome right now. They're throwing a party. They're popping the streamers. But 9-6. Whoa. 6-15. CSU Bakersfield down by 9. Going to be a single RBI for Jacob French. And at bat's going to be Daniel Murillo. Murillo today, this is his 5th at bat. 3 hits, 1 run, and 4 RBIs. So he could make it another RBI. Why not? Add to your totals, young man. And that can make it a closing situation for Cal. The pitch from Adamson outside 1-0. 1-1. 1-0. 1-0. And not much else to say about this game except for Cal's really just controlled all of it. They've dominated. They played their brand of baseball. The pitch, it's outside 2-0. Adamson this year's pitched 3 and a third inning, giving up 4 hits, 6 runs, having 5 errors to his name with 4 walks. He's had 2 Ks though, giving up 2 doubles. Adamson's pitch going to be grounded up the middle. Potential for another run. Nope. French is going to stay at second, so it's going to be first and second for Cal. CSUB, I mean, they're in a situation where they're trying to avoid the run rule, but it's incredibly difficult. The pressure that Cal's been putting on. And like CSUB hasn't had any inning this game where it's been clean. And they're actually going to go to a conference. So we're going to go to a commercial break as the producer almost trips. We'll be right back. We're back for the bottom of the sixth. Pitching change. It's gonna be Peyton Pudence in for CSUB as the ESPN stream cut out. So we're lagging in 2026. You'd love to see it. So situation for CSUB, they are clearly trying to avoid the run rule. So a great thing would be to get a quick out. So I called it. What do you know? Quick out. So Floyd, he's got it. I stay in frame. Everything's great. No runner advances. So Pudens gets that quick out. At bat, it's going to be Kevin John. His fifth time at the plate. Am I a little bit off center? Thank you. Kevin John's at bat. This is his fifth time at bat. And not to flex. Got the magic mouse right now. So that first pitch is going to be in for a strike. I will say, home plate umpire Jason Benson. What would you say his day has ranked? How do you think his day's gone? He wants to go home. Great insight from the producer. Is that's going to be fouled? I was thinking like calling balls and strikes. He likes his job. That's awesome. That's awesome. The pitch. That's high. 1-2. 1-2. Yeah, there you go. First and second for Cal, the school in Berkeley, California. Pudence's pitch is going to be skied, but foul. So maybe a lucky fan gets a baseball, or if it went on campus, maybe a student got hit by it. But we don't want that to happen, you know? Because CSUB's ballpark is like right in front of the parking lot for one of the buildings. What if they hit a home run and hit a car? Anywho, going back to the game. Oh my God, that went into the outfield. But they're going to have it stay. So they want to check the runner at second. He yipped it. And Mascara was able to cut it off, so they didn't run to third. So 1-2 the count for Cal. CSUB, they don't let any runs here. The run rule isn't in effect this next inning. And it's popped. And that's the end of the inning. So we're going to play a full seven. So Cal scoring one, scoring two, actually. Scoring two in this inning. CSUB will be up to bat next. We'll be right back. We're back to the top of the seventh. Pelayo is going to sky that. That's going to be an out. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. We'll be right back. And we're back as the pitching change got into effect as we reach the. This will be a quick question. How many hours have we been on now? Just out of curiosity. It's going to be Jordy Lopez on the mound. Almost 3 hours. 2 hours and 50 minutes. And that first pitch is going to be a ball. So, wait, I'm doing the math. If CSUB plays this inning and it's going to be a ball because he failed to engage with the hitter, if CSUB plays this inning, Cal scores more runs. CSUB still has to play the other half. So either way, we're playing eight. That's awful. The pitch, that's going to be hit. Good win. It's going to fly out. Lined out to right. That was Kevin John able to get the pop fly. So either way, CSUB's going to be playing till the top of the eighth. So then if they hold a 0 runs, they'll be playing to the ninth, I guess. So here goes Brandon Thompson, the freshman. CSUB had a good sixth inning with 5 runs. Most of it happening with 2 outs as the dust in the room is starting to get to me, which is awesome. Anyways, we go back. One strike for Jordy Lopez, and that's going to be grounded, and that's going to be a base hit. So Thompson getting on base, getting a single. It's going to bring up Carter Jorgensen for CSU Bakersfield. As just got the notification that my AirPod is going to die. So for audio's sake, we're going to take a commercial break and try to fix that up. We'll be right back. And we're back, and audio's good. Thank you, producer. As the count is 1-1 for Carter Jorson, Jordy Lopez with a 10.13 ERA on the season. So CSUB, I mean, they could get more runs on the board if they wanted. It's going to be swung on and fouled back. As you can see, the computer in front of me went away. It died, but it will be remembered. And so we're using my phone now for stats. CSUB's run deficit is 9. The pitch, that's to be outside, 2-2, and Thompson almost got caught stealing, but ump says save. The recap for this one should be interesting because besides the sixth inning, what has there really been anything done from the Bakersfield end offensively? Besides getting the run in the first, the run in the third, of course, and Elgin Bennett. Elgin Bennett seems to shine in the third. The pitch, that's going to be fouled, so continue battling for Carter Jorgensen. But that third inning was productive for the runners. They left two people on second and third. Another inning for the runners started really good as well with a leadoff hit. They had runners on first and second with no outs, but a double steal attempt ended up biting the runners in the back. Instead of having 0 outs and people on base, you were down to a guy on base with 2 outs, the guy being on second. So that's a full count now for Carter Jorgensen. 2 outs, quick 2 outs for Bakersfield, but opportunity to strike. The pitch to Jorgensen. What just happened? I don't know, but they're going to call it at the end of the inning. Called strike 3. That was confusing. And Jordan Banfield's probably going to want an explanation from that. Anyways, that's going to take us to the bottom of the seventh. We'll be right back. Did you say one? Oh, you did say one. You forgot to say one. Oh. Anyways, we're back, and it was a quick double. On, on the mound is Joe Tootle. I've been talking for about 3 hours, and at this point, the water's starting to flow. And again, that start to the inning when we came back from commercials, it's a bit weird. Producer forgot to say one. He did say one. I maybe didn't hear. That could have been my fault. It could be the AirPods, actually. Anyways, Toodle's pitch. That's going to be in for a strike. Says ball. Tootle on the mound. Tootle has an ERA of 32, which means his earned run average is 32 runs. Toodle's pitch outside 2-0. Take a sip of water. At bat is Joshua Hansen. This is Hansen's fourth at bat. Canady doubling to left field. This is going to be fouled off. Canady doubled to left field. He doubled on a 0-1 count. Due up for the runners if they avoid the run rule situation. It will be Salazar, then Lewis Barnum, and then Evan Cloyd with 3 RBI and two doubles. No, with a double and 3 RBIs. That's how you say it. Anyways, Joe Tootle on the mound. His 2-1 pitch is up and away. 3-1. As I try to swipe through the stats here and looking through our next game, hopefully it's going to be the 13th against Northridge softball. It's pretty shocking, right? Producer made a shocked face. As there's going to be a walk. Thank you. Good eye. Good eye. As I pull up the schedule here for the Runner Sports Network, because this game has clearly gotten out of hand. If there's anybody watching right now, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. We try to keep things on a neutral scale, but sometimes just those days don't really day. That makes sense. The day doesn't day. Yeah, producer doesn't make sense. That pitch is going to be in for a strike. That's a good start for Tootle as the schedule gets pulled up. The 0-1 from Tootle to Kadama. As we've been here so long that the computer might turn off. That would be kind of funny, but not good for me. So Ethan Kadama at bat. He has 4 at bats today. He has 2 hits and 2 runs to his name with an RBI. Oh, checking at second, see if they're going to steal. Doesn't. Anyways, the March schedule for the Runner Sports Network. The 13th, there's going to be softball at 2:30. The 15th, Selection Sunday. Now, don't want to get anybody's hopes up, but hopefully we will have a camera and we'll have a whole bracket behind us. And it'll tell us what's going to happen in March. It's going to be awesome. Is that pitch is going to get away and runners are going to advance. Nothing new. After that, the aforementioned baseball game against USC, that'll be right here in this glorious studio that you see behind me. After that, it's going to be baseball against Long Beach on the 20th. And then the 22nd, don't really know yet. Got to get confirmation for the baseball game. 28th, beach volleyball. Going to look at the logistics of that. As the pitch comes in from Tootle, that's going to be low and it's going to be bobbled in front of Morsaki, just like it did, the marker did in front of me. And that'll be a doubleheader for beach volleyball against CUI and Vanguard. So potentially we can get something going there. And the shades will be on for a live stream. So that should be fun at the beach volleyball complex. Right? Fun. Awesome sauce. As Toodle's pitch swung on and missed, right? And it's going to be the first out. He's going to draw in Lawson Olmsted. It's going to be his second at bat of the day. He came into the game and he's looking for his first ever hit on the season. And to wrap it all up in March, oh man, it's a back to back, the 28th and the 29th. Didn't really look at that. Anyways, baseball at Northridge. That's going to be in house. That's because we had to do a little bit of cutting because of aforementioned schedule changes. Anyways, that's how March looks like this month, with the only potential game being in the air on the 22nd. But should be a fun one because college basketball is going to come to a close. That first pitch is going to be a strike, and we get to really show a spot. That's where the list comes in. Show a spotlight on these programs. So we get to show the spotlight on baseball and softball. Love to see that with a softball game. 2:30 p.m. first pitch. Our latest game, obviously being 6:30. That's only once. The pitch swung on and missed, strike two. So CSUB still within the run rule, so they could play a ninth inning if it stays like this. 1-2. But that selection Sunday one potentially could be really fun in terms of having to be able to show at all the schools who have been able to make it to the March tournament. As he swung on and missed, strike three. It's going to bring two outs. And CCB one out away from potentially playing a ninth inning. Toodles really held himself down. And it's really hard to contain the excitement for the Selection Sunday show because college basketball in March is just so special, you know? It's just really special because the season comes to an end, you know? You get that one shining moment. Awesome. As that's going to be skied and caught. What a play! The right fielder. Unbelievable. Cal held to 0 runs on the inning, right? Oh, great. That was a great play by Lou Barnum. Cal held to 0 runs, means we're going to go to the eighth, and we're playing a full nine. Awesome. We'll be right back. And we're at bat. We're not at bat. Losing it here, folks. We're back. Top of the eighth. We reached that 3 hour mark, right? Oh, by a lot. Awesome. Anyways, we're at the top of the eighth. CSUB down 6-15, down by 9 runs. Gonna be a strike. So it's gonna be a 1-1 count for Adam Salazar. And well, I mean, talk about funny stories. At the first CSUB game we were supposed to stream, I mean, everything was set up in our press box. Everything went great. The pitch gonna be out for a ball, so it's gonna be 2-1. 2-1 to Salazar. Salazar getting an RBI. Anyways, going back to the story. Everything was primed to be great, but for some weird reason, our mics, which were these battery packed mics, which we'll never use again for baseball streams, so that pitch is gonna come in. That's gonna be called strike 2-2. They somehow connected to a mic within the stadium, and I guess people were hearing us. Uh, and it was just this mad scramble of what is going on. We would lower the volume of the audio thing we had. We would test everything out. Is that's going to be fouled? Potentially could be a pop fly. This is going to be out of play. And we were left just scrambling to figure out what was happening. Well, 2 days later, finds out that it was somehow that a radio frequency that we were using that was communicating the pack and the receiver together somehow connected to something. Anyways, the moral of the story is we always have these moments where we think that something is going to happen in a certain way, yet it never happens in said certain way. That's going to be a called strike, and that'll be the first out. And it's just one of those moments where you're taken aback and you look at the perspective of, did this right, did this right, did this right. And you could connect it with sports. I mean, if you look at Super Bowls, there's constantly teams did this right, did this right, did this right, win your conference game, win your conference championship. But it always just goes down to how are you in the moment? And the pitch, the first pitch is going to be fouled. And for us in the moment, we had done everything. I'd actually jinxed it before by screenshotting that everything was ready to set up. But it's just always these teaching moments that we all get to learn. And it's something that we're learning here where obviously we've grown a lot, of course, in terms of production value. I mean, we have a whole green screen, we have a whole studio with a TV right there with the runner logo. But it's those teaching moments that help us get better at what we do. So, the moral of the story of this whole story, actually, as the pitch comes in for Bakersfield, gonna be called swung on and missed. Lewis Barnum swinging strike counts 1-2. The moral of the story being, although we're playing the full nine, there's always something that we can all get better at in terms of life, in terms of work, and of course, for work, many of these players, this is their work. As Lewis Barnum swings and miss strikes, swings and has a strikeout. But it's these moments in which you become better. And what do you know? Maybe later in the season, CSUB can get on a hot streak and they'll be looking at the Cal game being like, we have resilience. We can fight back against good schools. We can fight back against conference opponents. And that's what's important in sports and in life, fighting back. Looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, what can you do better? As what do you know? Evan Cloyd is hit again. So Cloyd will be getting on base percentage of 100 as it's Jet Wright pitching for Cal. So that's the whole spiel on life in the top of the eighth inning. We really gotten away with it here, but I feel like the nice little storytelling would help us get through this game. As that bat next is going to be Matt Dobson. Dobson today has an RBI, bringing in a runner from second, and that was Cloyd. So here's Matt Dobson again. The pitch to him swung on and missed, strike one. Another funny story from like the whole experience here. Of course, we want to save these, but at the same time, in these moments, you certainly want to use it. Is just the whole creation of this thing. Because I don't think this was a round as that swung on and missed strike two. It literally started with an idea just being pitched out there. What if we just went live for games? Now, of course, we're not the official people who do it, ESPN, but to be able to have a side broadcast where you could have journalists, especially from school media, be able to cover a game, it's honestly really special, as that's going to be grounded foul. And it was literally just pitched like that. What if we just went live? And of course, there was a meeting with the athletics office, and honestly, it was honestly shocking to me that they allowed us to do this because I figured that ESPN would want to keep it all to themselves. But if you look at it, it's kind of like how other YouTubers are doing it when they watch NFL, how it's not more of a broadcast, it's more of a watch along kind of thing. And of course, I do want to keep a commentary style to how I do these videos. But at the same time, this is kind of a watch along. When we maintain neutrality, obviously, we want the sports of CSUB to be good. However, at the same time, they sometimes have to face the reality of maybe sometimes they're not the better team on that night. It's going to be fouled by Dobson. Let's stay 1-2. So it started off with that whole idea. And then we started off at the Hawaii game, women's soccer. Literally just had a table on the edge of on the edge of the field. Three commentators, no idea how to commentate a game. Just went out there. The 1-2 pitch coming in. That's going to be fouled back. You want me to continue my story? Thank you, Dobson. The three commentators just going out there and doing it. We would get live stats consistently, so we were able to be updated through halftime. It's honestly one of those experiences where it doesn't feel real, especially when you look at it in terms of what never happened before. So for it to actually happen, it's honestly really surreal. Is that pitch is going to be outside? Evan Cloyd's going to try to steal second. He is not going to be able to. That's going to be the inning. So we'll go to the bottom of the eighth, and my storytelling will continue. So we'll be right back. Cal's up bat. And we're back. As that bat's gonna be, what do you know? Jacob French sounds familiar because he's been at bat 6 times. Unreal. As I'm about to finish my fruit snacks. I moved on to Sunny D now. Anyways, 15-6 here in the bottom of the eighth. Cal State Bakersfield down by 9 runs. Somehow avoided the run rule by 1 run. So we're playing a full game. First pitch time was 6:05, and now it's 9:28. Anyways, back to that story. That first game was an unreal experience. As that pitch is outside 1-0. 1-2, actually. Quick count for Nathaniel Pimentel. Just having that, and we go back, of course, just having that opportunity to be able to cover the game in that manner, it's pretty cool. Especially if you told a kid who would aspire to want to be, as that ball's gonna be lined to second, thrown to first, that'll be the first out. So it might be a quick inning here. And growing up, seeing the great Vince Scully, seeing Joe Davis, oh man, the voice is going out. Seeing Joe Davis, Joe Buck. Joe Buck commentating baseball, however, was not really that good. Anyway, seeing all those great commentators, hearing their plays, and it's not what the play itself is synonymous, such a play like the helmet catch. But a commentator can have an effect on so many levels. It brings the elevation of a play. For example, if you look at Joe Buck commentating Freddie Mitchell's run back, that wasn't exciting. It was a great play, but the fact that it sounded unexciting it took away from it. It just looked like a guy running with the football for 80 yards. So it's going to be grounded third. It's going to be a short play, a play that's not made. So it's going to be safe at first. Well, run rule doesn't matter anyway. So commentating is so important to how a moment is made. Another example is Jim Nance and that national championship for Villanova and North Carolina. It's just those things are so important to the production of a game. And to be able to learn that in college is pretty special. Although it's not really what I wanted to start off doing, but it's something I'm doing, and I'd say I enjoy it pretty much. It's an honor to bring these games to you guys. It's going to be grounded. It's going to be a tough play for anybody. The third baseman's going to grab it, and he's going to be safe again. Two brutal plays defensively for a defense. I mean, because I mean those balls were dead quickly, so the third baseman has to run basically towards the middle of the field. Anyways, Cal gets off to a quick start, and there's going to be a discussion between Banfield and the umpire, and they might go to a review. Awesome. I think they're having this discussion, and Banfield's telling him to review it. Jason Benson trying to explain to Banfield what happened. Banfield not happy about that call at first. It was pretty tight though. And they're gonna go to a review. So Banfield not happy about the call at first. We will be right back. And we're back. And because it's baseball, I will not tell you what happened, but I'll do it with a signal. There we go. Kevin John's at bat. This is his sixth at bat as well. Pimentel being able to get through one third of an inning so far. But Cal could do some damage here. The 0-1 to Kevin John. The pitch, that's going to be fouled, so it's going to be 0-2. Pimentel has a lot of. It's been. Seems like it's been a long inning so far. Cal State Bakersfield, of course. Do we really expect him to score 9 in the next inning? Well, positivity says we hope so. Reality says most likely not. So this is probably the last time we'll see Cal. As a chance for a double play, and they do get the double play. That's the end of the inning. So runners, they have a chance to tie the game if they score 9. Probably not gonna happen. We'll be right back. So, of course, in broadcast, since I was talking about broadcast, well, Cal broadcast went out. So when we get it back, we'll get back to y'all. So technical difficulties on the Cal end. We'll be right back. And we'll continue later. And we're back, right? Yeah, we're back. Okay. 6-15. The camera's back. That's awesome. Garrett Tennyson is at bat for Cal State Bakersfield. 3-2 count, 2 strikes, 3 balls. CSUB down by 9. The pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3, and that's 1 out. Cal 2 outs away from ending this game. Then I get to do a lovely recap. Then I go home and see my dog. Gigi, if you're listening, even though I don't think you understand English, I'm almost coming home. Anyways, top of the 9th. Garrett Tennyson still says he's at bat. 1 out. The pitch. Let's be in for a strike. Strike 1. And honestly, it's been one heck of a day. One heck of a stream. The AirPod sounds great, right? I've heard that. I've gotten good feedback on the AirPod. The studio has a nice look with the image, the studio, the lights, the logo at the top. That's all real, ladies and gentlemen. It's not the screen. I have Sunny D. I mean, that's a positive. I mean, there's nothing negative correlated with the sugary orange drink. And I got to hang out with you guys for 3 hours as it's a ball. So 2-1, 2-1. So it's been a positive. CSUB, they'll drop to 5-8, right? It says on the record on the screen to the right of me. Their record's 5-7. So they'll drop to 5-8. Cal will move to 9-3, and they'll probably move on to the conference play. The pitch, that's going to be grounded. Tough play, but probably going to be made. It's not. Okay. So Tennyson's going to get a single. And so CSU will have a person on first with 1 out. So potential to make some noise in this inning. Duncan Russell's going to be on the mound for the Golden Bears of California, which has always been interesting because their name must have been correlated with the bear on the California flag. But they obviously didn't want to be the California Bears, so they added a nice little adjective in front of it. It's like the school that CSUB played earlier. It's you don't want to be the Indiana Eagles, the Southern Indiana Eagles. So I had an adjective in front of it. The Screaming Eagles. Well, you had adjectives in front of the name. Yeah, got 1 ball, no strikes to Elijah Palayo, the switch hitter. Well, no. Pinch hitting for Elijah Palayo is going to be Yair Acevedo. So Acevedo, the 2-0 count. Is the brown bag still? Yeah, it is. Here, thank you. As that pitch is going to be in for a strike, 2-1. So stats got Yasir Acevedo pinch hitting for Elijah Palayo. So they'll have to input said balls and strikes. 2-1 count to Acevedo. The pitch going to be in for a strike. 6-15. CSUB exploding in that 6th inning. Cal exploding in the 3rd inning with a 6-run spot. That's basically what separated the game and really made it uncompetitive. But the game really wasn't CSUB against Cal at that point. It was CSUB against the run rule. And if we're talking in terms of winning against the run rule, I mean, they clearly did it. They were able to hold on to 9. 3-2 to, to Acevedo. So my voice is really going out. The pitch, it's going to be skied. Third base side and caught, nearly dropped. So CSUB is going to be last down to their last out, and it's going to be the last batter that I'll be with you guys, unless they extend the game. And that batter will be Davis Goodwin. The freshman, Goodwin, has had 1 at bat before. CSUB is not struggled getting people on base. They've had people on base in a lot of innings. It's just being able to bring them home has been the issue. The pitch, that's going to be a strike. And Tunison is going to steal, so that's going to bring him to scoring position. It's going to be Duncan Russell with an ERA of 40.48. I mean, it's the beginning of the season, so the opportunities you have when the ERA is obviously going to be high. That pitch is going to be low and in for a ball. So 1-1. As it's been it's a pretty long ball game. Tunison stole third. Thank you. Tunison stole third, so now it's an opportunity. If CSUB gets a single, the game will be extended. I'm kidding. It's not. 1-1 has Davis Goodwin, and he calls time. Actually, the count's 0-1. The pitch from Russell, Duncan Russell, apologies. That's gonna be outside, and they're gonna tell Tunison to stay at third because the ball hopped out of the batter's box. And my voice is really getting shot. So actually, no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna hang on. We're holding on for dear life, like a roller coaster. Not you ever been on a roller coaster? No? Yeah. Anyways, 1-1 to Davis Goodwin. The pitch, 2-1 to Mr. Goodwin. So he's trying to hang in there. And yeah, it's 2-1. I don't know why the scoreboard's bugging a lot. Anyways, I think the overall message from this entire stream has been what is said on my shirt, as it's going to be fouled off. And the message is simple. And this is to everybody watching at this moment. Although CSUB is losing by 9, there must be positivity. You got to stay positive. And although this one says positive with a dog paw, so it's PAW, sedative, the message is simple. Be positive. There's always good things to a bad situation. As a 2-2 pitch, it's going to be outside 3-2. So Mr. Goodwin extending the game as much as possible. Positivity is what keeps the world running. So it's a key message for everybody. Although CSUB lost, positive messages were there. They scored in that sixth. They had a good RBI from Elgin Bennett, so he keeps this hot streak alive. As that's going to be a walk, so there's going to be a new batter coming up. So my rant about positivity can keep going on. As the dog with the, I don't even know if he's happy or if he's sad. People can't really see. At bat's going to be Brendan Thompson. Actually, there's going to be a pinch hitter. Casey Leave It McGee. So obviously, CSUB looking to cause some damage with 2 outs as a motorcycle buzzes by on Stockdale Highway on the campus of Cal State Bakersfield. The pitch, that's in for a strike. And Goodwin's going to steal second. Oh my goodness. Actually, we're going to go to commercial timeout while I try to clear my throat. It should be like less than 3 seconds, though. Be right back. And we're back. And that's going to be grounded to the pitcher. And he's going to be out. So that's going to be the game. Cal State Bakersfield loses to California, 15-6. And this game, honestly, it was over by the third inning. But remember, the overlying message in this whole game has been positivity. There's good things to look at in a bad game. And that's what happened today. CSUB lost, but for conference play, buckle up because this is not really anything you could do now. So they got Fullerton up next. They could look at the positives from today's game. They could score. That'll be it for me. It's been Andrew Gonzalez from The Runner, broadcast director, producer Jacqueline Garcia Garcia. Thank you for joining us from the Runner Sports Network.